Today I'm filming something a little bit different. Oh, that's my hair on the table. I haven't really filmed a video like this before ever, but this is just a chatty update, like a little life update, and I did initially want this to be like a pack with me, but then I realized kind of leading up to it that, okay, wait, I should explain. So I'm going on a holiday in 3 days. I'm going to Bali for 10 days. It's going to be carry-on only, and I want to travel journal while I'm there, but I have some thoughts about it that I wanted to chat about in this video to kind of explain, because you might see the clips from the trip and be like, what is happening? So I thought I would just do like a quick chatty catch-up. I have a call in about 30 minutes, so I don't actually have long. I might need to come back later, but I anticipate that I don't think I'll have too much to say. I mean, famous last words, we'll see. But yeah, so I wanted to do like a pack with me stationery that I'm bringing to Bali. But then because it's carry-on only, and because I don't have a whole bunch planned, like I want it to be a super relaxing holiday, like we're just eating and lounging by the pool. I'll definitely still take photos, but it's not to the same level as Japan for me, like that kind of holiday. And so I haven't actually travel journaled properly. I don't think I've ever, except for interstate. So I have posted like past videos about it, but I do have my 2 travel journals here. This one is like extremely chunky. I love it. And this one's completed pretty much. And this is the one that I'm currently working through from Melbourne earlier this year. And so I'm still trying to find my style. This one's very junk journally and I never backlogged it. I completely just left it. Who knows if I'll get around to it. And this was just a ridiculous amount of writing. So I don't think I will need to be writing this much when I'm in Bali, because again, I'm just going to be eating, lounging by the pool, reading really good books. But I did just want to show you what I did for Japan, and to hopefully explain why I'm using this system instead. And so I actually did like this layout. I definitely wrote bigger so that it didn't look like as much text. And so I don't mind this. I don't know why I wrote so small here. I think it's because of the dot grid. Sorry, my voice is being a little bit weird as well because I just had a late lunch, but I did enjoy this, and I did do this after the fact. So I didn't do this while I was in Japan. Because I was, again, still very new to travel journaling. I don't think I had even thought of travel journaling while I was there, but when I did come back, I did do this. So I did kind of the junk journaling part of it, but there was less photos involved back then. And so I haven't really been on a trip since then where I've been able to travel journal, and I've been to Melbourne again, like I said, for markets, but that's been for markets rather than for actually traveling. And so I have been kind of leaning more towards the photos style of travel journaling and just keeping the rest of it really simple, like not many stickers. And I've been thinking, like, how do I want to handle the photos? Because this is just printed on scrap paper after the fact. So I did this all when I got home, and I do like that. And I don't want to carry around a photo printer because a lot of the time I do travel carry on. The next time I go to Japan later this year will not be carry on. We will actually have luggage because of the airline that we're flying with has it included. And that's like the first time that's happened for us. And so, yeah, I am going to Bali on Sunday. Today is Friday. And I didn't think I needed like the TN standard size because I just don't think that much is happening. And I bought this journal initially, this passport insert lightweight paper, because I thought I saw this idea from, I think it was Caitlin Gray. She said that she writes down notes from the day. So she just quickly jots down things that she's done during the day, like when she has some spare time, and then she will journal about it later. And I thought that was a brilliant idea because you're not always ready to sit down and journal on the day, and it's just a good way to keep track of everything that you've done when you do finally get time to sit down and journal. And so I bought this insert with the idea of keeping it like very ahead of time, but I bought it for the October Japan trip because I thought I would have this kind of hand in hand. So I would jot down the notes in here and then I would journal later in my standard insert. But then I hope this is making sense because I'm always going around in circles. So my Moleskine Daily Pocket, oh, I'm just throwing things around. My Moleskine Daily Pocket, I've been using this since the beginning of the year. So I use this as my just daily to-do list, and it's very simple. I'm just using it as a functional planner, nothing crazy at all, and it works really well. But something I realized is that when I'm traveling and I'm not going to be, like, I'm not bringing this because, you know, it's quite thick, it's quite chunky, and also I'm only bringing carry-on, so I do have to be very, very careful about what I bring because it's not about the space, it's the weight. For carry-on with Australia, like, we have a 7 kilo limit carry-on, and like your bag is already taking up like a kilo of that, and I do bring my camera and my iPad and all that, so it adds up very, very quickly. But what I noticed is that on the days that I do travel, the planner just stays blank. And I mean, that's fine. I'm not going to be planning during the trip, so that's fine. But what I realized was that, hang on, this is kind of like a really similar size, but it's dated. And so I thought that I would rip out the pages, like the dates according to the holiday, and then bring that, which is what I did here. I ripped it out already. I ripped it out of here. And I thought I would bring that on holiday with me instead of bringing the entire book, because I don't necessarily need to keep this in the planner. It's just, you know, pages to, again, what I ate that day, what time we woke up, for example, if anything interesting happened that day. And so I'm going to use this as a way to jot down notes during the day for me to journal about, because I'm not sure if I want to journal while I'm in Bali. I'm still not 100% sure of my process yet, because again, I think this is my first proper international travel journal experiment. I've only ever really done interstate before, and especially because I'm not going to be printing any photos during the trip, it's not like I'm going to be placing that down. And I could write, but I don't know yet. So truthfully, I don't know what I'm going to do until I get there and see what my routine and my schedule is like. I don't know if I will have time to, I mean, I think there will be so much idle time in Bali. Like, I'm anticipating just so much time to read and swim and eat and do nothing. So I think I will have time to travel journal, but I won't have any photos. So what I will do is just write in pencil, which reminds me I do need to bring a pencil, but I'll bring this little pencil, which has seen better days. I think I took this from IKEA. I thought it was from IKEA, but there's no branding on it. So I'll just pencil in like what the photo is that I want to put there if I do end up journaling here. But if I do decide that I want to journal after the fact, when I get back home, then I have kind of these notes to refer back to. And again, I really like this. Like, I'm so happy I came up with the idea because it's dated. It's already dated. There's plenty of lines. I don't waste this paper. Like, it would just be sitting blank in my planner anyway. And I can even write the weather here if I wanted to. So yeah, I really like this method, and seeing how it goes, like, we'll see how it goes, but if it does work well, then I would do that for Japan as well. And then this way I can just journal really messily and write things down. It doesn't have to be, you know, as neat as a travel journal. So that's what I'm kind of thinking for travel journaling in Bali. And then I was thinking, I don't know if I want to write in here yet before the photos. Like, again, I'm being a perfectionist, but I'm not sure. So I'm giving myself options so that when I get there and I'll see how I feel, kind of thing. So what I did do as like a third option is that even third? I don't know. But I took a picture of this journal and I imported it into Procreate, because I thought that I could try digital journaling. And it's not really digital journaling in like the traditional sense, because it's more like me testing the layout of it. It looks so trippy every time I do this because I feel like it's on my desk. So this was just an experiment I did on the 18th of July, so a few weeks ago, but I thought at the very least what I could do, because it's so like non-committal, what I could do is like test the spread digitally, because this is the exact same notebook, and I can just do it to scale like that. So I just spread it out and took a picture of it on my table. And so what I will do is like put the photo there, and I have like digital stickers, like off my own stickers, so I could, you know, I could do that as well if I wanted to test the decoration. But I could write on there as well, and of course it won't be 100% to scale, but I thought this might be a nice way to experiment if I don't want to commit, if I'm being too much of a perfectionist. So that's another option that I was thinking of. So I will be bringing my iPad because I do need to do a little bit of work when I'm there. I mean, I don't need to, but I want to do some work while I'm there for my Patreon, and I do want to edit some videos while I'm there and do some work on the plane. So I'm going to be bringing this anyway, and so I thought that this was a good option, and so I'll show you without the text. I keep tapping the wrong thing, but this is what the blank kind of template will look like. I could just journal on that if I don't actually want to commit to writing it directly in here, in case I rearrange some things depending on if I collect any ephemera. So I feel like it's a bit too early to say, and there's only so, like, I'm aware of the limitations of my own like thought experiments, and so I can think about this all I want, but the reality could be very, very different, and I want to leave that open to not interpretation, but I want to let myself decide in the moment. And so I think I will still bring this. If anything, it's a really good reference to scale this up so I know the size that I'm writing at, but I definitely will be writing the points in here, and then I guess on the trip I'll decide whether or not I actually write in the insert or I do it digitally. Again, I know I'm being a perfectionist and I'm being a little bit too extra, and I don't want to be too extra because I want it to be like in the moment. I really want to journal in the moment. It's just that when I don't have the photos, it's a little bit hard, I guess. But then I can test it digitally, so it's not the worst either. You know, like I've got the photos on my camera roll. I can just pencil in what the photo is when I put it there and just write it in here. So I'm hoping I do actually write in this in Bali, so that, you know, I'm not writing back and forth, because I personally do not like writing things multiple times. I say that, but then I do write to-do lists multiple times, but this is different. This feels very different because it's more like stream of consciousness, like I'm journaling about my day. I do not want to rewrite that word for word. So ideally, this is what I'm bringing to Bali for journaling. I'm going to be bringing the insert, the ripped out pages from my moleskin pocket, a pencil. Yes, a pencil. I was trying to think, is that too much? Should I get rid of that? I would like to say, a self-proclaimed carry-on expert. So I think I'm pretty good at like dropping things I absolutely don't need. I could probably live without the pencil and write with pen if I needed to, or just leave it blank. You know, it's not the end of the day, but I think I can get away with a pencil. That's fine. And then this is just my Muji, I never know what it's called, but it's the Muji pen refill, the 0.7. I don't actually love 0.7. It's okay. It's not bad, but I do want to try 0.5. I am using it in this. Oh, this is a bad example. I'm using it in here. So this is 0.7. I believe this was 0. I mean, that was an old pen, so that was dying, but I think that was 0.5. So I feel like I like both. I like the appeal of both. I do like that 0.5 looks a little tidier, but 0.7 looks like a really just like organic scribbles. Like, it looks nice and messy to me. So I'm undecided, but I do have a bunch of these refills left, so I will use that. I do have the brown pen refill as well, but I think black would work better than brown. For Japan, I think, yeah, I used black for Japan, and I do like how that looks. I didn't explain, but you probably got the gist that I think I'm going to print one photo big enough to fill up almost the entire page, and then it'll just be writing on this side. I think if I really wanted, I could put like a smaller photo, but I think because the passport insert is so small already, I don't think it'll work. I think it'll be like a big photo and text, and I think it's the perfect size to just talk a little bit about it. And I think the photo could have a caption even. So yeah, it's going to be very much experimenting. And I'm not sure if I want to bring my brush pen either. So this is a zebra brush pen from Daiso. It's just the easiest one I could get my hands on, but I do actually really like it. I'm not sure if I need the brush pen. I might bring it anyway. I might bring it because I might feel like I want to do a heading. So I think I'll bring my brush pen. I'm getting a spam call. Let me silence that. So these are the three pens that I am bringing. I'm not going to bring any stickers or stamps or anything because again, my travel journals tend to be quite simple, so I don't need to decorate it that much. And if I do, it'll be on top of the photo. So again, that'll be after the fact. So this video was all over the place, but I just wanted to explain my thought process. And when I come back, I will print the photos, fill it all in, and kind of do the final layout decoration with you. It'll be interesting to see how it actually goes compared to my plans for it. So yeah, I just wanted to share that because again, 7 kilos is not very much, and I'm definitely going to be bringing a lot more to Japan, but this is all I'm really planning to bring for Bali. Ideally, I would bring, you know, my date stamp, but I don't have like a mini ink pad. And again, carry on, it's not essential. So what I'm going to do is just leave a gap at the top so I can just stamp it when I get home, and I can pencil it in if I need to, the date. I do have also a mini glue tape that I bought from Daiso. I don't know how to say it. Kokyo? I mean, going off the Japanese sounds, the syllables, kokyo. I think it's kokyo. But I don't know if I need to glue anything down. Even if I do get ephemera, I might just save it so I can figure out the layout later. It's so tiny, but I don't think I need it. Like, it's not the worst to just wedge it in here until I get home and deal with it. But that is all that I'm bringing to Bali. Nice and simple. I do really like this, and hopefully I do get footage of any sort of journaling that I do while I'm in Bali. Again, I made sure, this is very extra, but I made sure that the places that I booked had tables so that I could do some work and do some journaling. Like, I'm not a person that can do it in bed. I feel like the height difference is really irritating if I'm leaning over to journal. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to this trip as a little like practice session for Japan to see where I can fit journaling into my days, and if I can find a routine like journaling after lunch, for example, or do I do better in the mornings or afternoon? I'm not sure. But that is all from me. So I hope you enjoyed just this little quick, short, chatty update. Again, I haven't really done anything like this before, but I do like it because I like to keep you in the loop of what's happening and what my thought process is for my journals. I would love to know what your routine is with travel journaling. I know most people have a photo printer, but I don't mind the idea of it. But again, because I mostly like to travel carry-on the way there, like on the way to the destination when I can, I really have to be careful about the weight limit, and so that could be a possibility in the future. But I know for Japan, you can print your photos off there, so that could be another avenue that I explore. But I hope you enjoyed this short update from me. By the time you're watching this, hopefully, if I get it edited on time, I will already be in Bali, and I will update you when I get back. And hopefully I have something to show you from when I was there. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!